Today I'm going to talk a little bit about Red Crimes, the book that I am currently reworking, and I'm going to talk about why I decided to expand it, rewrite it, and improve it before republishing it as a novel. Hi there, my name is Tanya Stephenson and I'm an independent author from Canada. I'm also the creator of Sable Book Night, which is an independent publishing company where I offer author services as well as I use it to publish all my books under. Once upon a time, I started to write. And when I started to write, I joined a writing group locally. And this writing group also was connected with a secondary writing group, which is located in Lake Winnipeg, Manitoba. Now, being a member of the second group allowed me to submit publications to a journal called Voices, which is basically an anthology that was published twice per year. Unfortunately, they have stopped publishing recently over the last year for many reasons, but this is where I got my first publications published. So I could write short stories, poetry, whatever I basically felt like writing, and I would submit it, I would get it edited through them and published. And then, once the version of Voices was launched, we would actually go to McNally Robinson Bookstore in Winnipeg, and we would have an official book launch where we would do readings and such. So one of the stories that I had published in Voices is called Red Leaves. Now, it was a short story, it was meant to be a one-off, and yeah, it did get published. So when I was doing the book reading at the McNally book launch, I actually had a woman come and approach me and say, "Oh my gosh, I really loved your story," and she really enjoyed it. And so when I was first starting out and learning how to self-publish my own stories, I decided Red Leaves was going to be the first ebook that I would publish because I knew that people liked it. So I did some editing and reworking back then, and this was in 2020, and I published it. Now from there, I decided, I'm going to write some more short crime thrillers, all with some sort of a seasonal theme, and keep going with this series. So then I did Red Snow, Red Lies, Red River, Red Secrets. It was a lot of fun to write. Now, one of the downsides to having published all of these is that I was still very much in the learning process and really working on my writing skills. And so looking back at these stories now, they're very much light reads. I never advertised them as light reads. I never, I just didn't market it properly. But locally, when I was printing them as booklets, they sell really well locally. Now, before I get going and take off with my high fantasy, I just felt like this was unfinished business to me because of the writing skill that I was at then versus now. I know I could do better, and it's kind of been eating away at me. And I know that there's a lot of, experienced authors out there that tell you, hey, never go back and fix everything you've previously published. I get that, but I just, with this specific series, I knew that I know now that I wasn't actually ready to publish them back then, and I am ready now. So when I was writing story 4 and story 5 in this series, I fell in love with one of the characters, and this character just keeps digging away at my brain and coming up with new story ideas and other plots, and I was so excited by this character. Her name is Rain, and she always rides that gray line. She's not like a heroine, she's not a villain, she kind of fades in and out of both lines. So she does good things, bad things, and it's not exactly her fault. It's how she was, it's her life, it's her family, it's how she was brought up. So what I decided to do was go back to the beginning of all of these stories, to Red Leaves, and improve it, add more description, fill it out more, expand it. So I've put all of these 5 stories together, and I've taken Rain and I have added a chapter in between every single chapter to develop her character and her storyline more. So when I first started this, I thought, oh my gosh, there's so much work that needs to be done to this. And I was hoping to have it done by the end of May, and guess what? We're in the middle of June and it hasn't happened yet. But I'm still working on it. I am now on number 4 out of 5 of the stories, and I'm enjoying the character of Rain a lot more. I'm surprising myself. I'm a pantser, so I'm kind of adding in some subplots that I hadn't thought of before, and I really hope that this makes a big difference in how people enjoy the story. So I've got my cover done. I've reworked, expanded, and written 3 out of 5 of the stories, and I'm working on part 4 now. So I'm hoping it's going to be this summer. I know it's going to be in the summer because there's no way I'm going to get it done in the next 2 weeks. I have family coming out and we're going to be busy, and we've got some hockey stuff to prepare the kids for hockey camp. So it's not going as fast as I'd like, but that's okay. I want to do a good job of it this time. So I'm really excited about Rain and what's going to happen in the storyline, because I still don't know. It's still kind of coming out as I write it. So my plan is finish 4 and 5, go back, do a full self-edit, use ProWritingAid. I love ProWritingAid. If you're interested in checking it out, I do have an affiliate link below. And then I'm going to go through and listen to it back to make sure I didn't miss anything. I do have an editor I can hire, but she has some stuff going on in her life right now. So now keep in mind that most of these stories have already had a paid edit done. Now that's not to say I'm not making any new mistakes, but I do want to make this the best I possibly can. I'll probably get some peer editors involved, and we'll see how it goes. So I'm pretty excited about it. I will let you know as the release date comes closer. I have never done a full book launch. I usually go with the soft launch, but this one I might do something with the local library and and see how it goes. The Red Crimes have always sold well in person, so I'm definitely going to get some copies printed and sell it at the Cozy Fox on the shelf that I have rented there. So yes. Now my question for you is, have you ever taken something that you've previously published and reworked it, expanded it, and brought it up to your current skill level? And if so, how did that process go? Did it improve your sales? I'd like to know if anybody else has done what I'm doing. So that's it for today. Have a great rest of your day, afternoon, evening, night, or whatever, and happy writing.